Hello, this is Lorena Chapara, licensed real estate agent on the beautiful Gold Coast. And I am here today with my good friend and my home stager, who is part of my team, Tracy McLeod from Presentation Cells. Now, I understand, well, I'm seeing more and more that the general public out there have no idea what home staging is, what it entails. And so I thought it would be great if we could have a bit of a chat and just explain the whole situation and just clear up some myths, because I know people have this idea that maybe home staging means everything's going to be taken out. So just to go back, Tracy, tell me a little bit about yourself, your journey, how you got into home staging and how we actually started working together perhaps.
Yes. Well, hello everyone. My name's Tracy McLeod from Presentation Cells, and the reason I got into home staging was because I was a property person. I was interested in property. I worked for not-for-profit organisations, so I wanted to make some money outside of my day job. Most people want to relax outside of their day job, but so as part of that process I went into hundreds and hundreds of open homes, and I remember the home that I saw, that it was a beautiful home. It had it had never had a structural renovation, so it was really pristine, beautiful location, and it had dirty socks on the floor, dirty dishes in the sink. It was dark, unmatched furniture. It was really poorly presented. And when the agent rang me to follow up and see what I thought, I said to him $50,000. And he said, okay, what do you mean by that? And I said, that's how much the clients are giving to the next person, to their buyers, by not preparing and presenting their home for sale.
I was going to say, so for the average person who doesn't know what that means, can you explain what presenting encompasses? There are some myths around it.
We believe so, and I guess Lorena and I have been doing some research lately on how well presented homes are in this country and in this part of the country. And what we found is that there seems to be a misconception out there that people don't understand what staging is, that they believe that it's either a lot of furniture, it's going to take a lot of time, it's about furniture, you're going to, you have to move out, they're going to bring in all new furniture, it's about, it's going to take a lot of time, it's about judgment of your home, and none of these things are actually true. What is true is that home staging is much like they do in a retail setting. It's about presenting the home to potential buyers in a way that's going to make them want to buy. And as you know, when you go into a retail setting where it feels cluttered and small and uncomfortable, you don't feel great there. So what I do as a home stager is I help people feel as good as possible in your home for sale, as much as I do move furniture around and make changes to the home that are going to be most appealing to that target market.
And Tracy, that's a good point, because I know myself, I've been into shops and they're cluttered and they're dark, or there's too much merchandise, and I just get stressed and I literally just walk out. And I could have perhaps found the perfect dress in there and may have paid top dollar, but I just didn't feel comfortable. Same thing with the home, obviously. But can I ask you, Tracy, there are people that think that home staging means just adding some throw pillows, a couple of nice scented candles. What do you have to say about that?
Look, if that were all it was, then I would be out of a job. Because in reality, what we are is we're visual marketers. And in the retail setting that we were just speaking about, thousands and thousands of dollars have been spent on understanding buyer psychology. And we're able to use some of that neuromarketing in our homes for sale to make sure that we're hitting the right note for the target buyers. Because generally, you're selling to a new generation of buyer. There is no criticism of your home. There is no judgment of how your home is prepared or presented. And in fact, it couldn't be any further from that. We're really there to be targeting a different target market and to help your home sell for top dollar and in the shortest possible time.
Well, I know, Tracy, as a real estate agent, there is a saying that the emotional buyer will always pay the top dollar. And what you're saying is you're hitting those emotional buttons It's a science behind that, and that's what you do, and do very, very well, can I say. Because having said that, Tracy, the people, the houses that we've staged, we've had 6 now, the amount of money we have made for these people, we have sort of averaged between, I keep saying between 40 and 80,000, but the average is about $65,000, which is a lot of money.
I have to say I was blown away when Lorena told me that too, because I'm just trying to move over. And
I can move my chair.
I was blown away when Lorena told me that was her average, because not because I don't understand the value of what we do, but that is such a phenomenal result that you don't see all of the time. I can come in and style a home with the owners, but there's 3 people involved, I guess, in certainly in staging a home. It's the home seller, it's their price, what price point they're looking at, and how ready they are to sell, really importantly, and then who their agent is, and obviously who their stager is. Home staging is one of those businesses that you can hang a shingle out tomorrow and call yourself a home stager. But really, to understand the marketing and the marketplace, it's a craft that you have to study and you have to practice.
That's interesting, because I have been looking at a lot of different websites from different people who are saying, oh, I'm a home stager, can I work with you? And that's great, that's fine. But what I'm seeing, that they all seem to have the same look about them. Their properties all have the same feel. It's the same, at the moment it's all the greys and the neutrals. Whereas I notice with your properties, you use colour in different areas and for a particular reason. We've talked about this before. Would you like to explain a little bit?
Colour psychology is part of what I do in Homes for Sale, and there's a very interesting psychology when you start looking at things like greys, and do you go greys or beiges? And beige kind of had a bad name for a while. Yeah. It was a bit like the brown cardigan. But in fact, what the warm colours are, think of beige in a home for sale as gold. Think of grey in a home for sale as silver. And in fact, that's what you're going to get. In a grey home, it's the colour of balance, but it's also the colour of indecision. If you go for those warm colours for your beiges, they are like a warm hug. They are the feeling of good friends, good wine, good food.
As a romance writer, I'm loving this. This is the emotional content that I love. Awesome.
And so this is the degree to which we do our background research. Certainly, I do research on your home and your area and who your expected target market is before I go in and do an initial consultation.
So can we talk about that? Because there are 3 sort of levels of staging that you offer. Would you like to explain?
So the first level is a 2-hour consultation. Now this is obviously available to anyone on a budget or a tight time frame. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your home is at the lower end of the market. You can be anywhere in the market and still be on a tight time frame or a tight budget. So being really aware of that, what I do is I come in and I talk and walk with you through your home so that you are fully aware of what needs to be done from a buyer's perspective to have your home fully ready for the marketplace. Excuse me. The other thing that I do is that I will give you a top 10 list, a list of what you need to know, the takeaways that you need to be able to continue after I've gone. So it may be things like paint colours, it may be things like, what repairs and maintenance need to be done and where the dollars are in those areas, but also where are the dollars in the different rooms of your home. And these are the types of things we go through.
Okay. And the second sort of service that you offer?
So from there, we'll do a 1-day makeover. Now you don't have to do that, as I was saying. The initial consultation might be all you need. But I know that, Lorena, you love the 1-day makeover.
Look, all of my clients, we've worked together, it's been the 1-day makeover, and this is where that $65,000 average money has been gained from that 1-day makeover. I love it, and as far as I'm concerned, all my clients, we're going down that avenue.
So we charge, my business, not we, my company charges from $1,995 for that 1-day makeover. So really, and I'm bringing in furniture, some light furniture, furnishings, rugs, artwork, accessories, things that are going to work in your home for sale at your price point in your area.
With their furniture. You are using most of their own furniture. You make it work, which is amazing to see how she does it.
And I advise you how to live in your home during that time. So how to have your home ready in 1 hour. If Lorena's coming around, how do you have it all presentable? Even if you have children, even if you have pets, all of those sorts of things we take into consideration. And of course, when I'm doing a makeover or a consultation where you are living in the home, that is one of the big considerations for me. It is not, I'm not just going, no, the marketplace must have their way. It's really important that you're comfortable and you feel really good in your home and about your home while it's on the market.
Absolutely. And then the third service is the vacant stage.
And I think this is where people get caught up. They think that vacant staging is what home staging is, that it's about bringing in all new furniture, that it's about bringing in that the glossy magazine look. And in fact, it's not. In fact, a lot of buyers like generational homes. I'm not really in my family home, which, you know, I had to have another stager help me in my family home for sale because my mum had passed away and we were selling her home. So we used a lot of her things, generational things that she had had, as well as bringing in some more updated, more modern items. Because everybody who has lived in a home for more than 20 years will have items that they got when they were younger.
Yep.
And we're all used to it. We're all aware of it. So there's no problem with using your existing furniture.
I also think we also like when a home looks too much like a display home or a glossy magazine, we don't feel comfortable. It's not a home, it's a stage. But by utilising their furniture and then you brought in all the glossies and all the wow factor, people go, my house could look like this. Because they can see that their furniture could do the same effect, and then they're excited, very excited.
And look, I've seen those homes too, where, you know, they might have a junior stager come in who brings in all of the latest magazine look, but it's untouchable.
Yeah,
it is
soulless.
like looking at something you would see in a magazine. Well, that's not the look that we're looking for. We're actually looking for a comfortable, beautiful home that people can see themselves living in, fall in love with, and a service that is available to every home seller.
Exactly. And every home can be staged to look amazing. Doesn't matter the price point. People think, oh, if I've got a little tiny apartment, it's not worthwhile. One of my best little properties that I talk about was the 2-bedroom Robina. We talked about that one at the competition. And then we achieved an extra $68,000 on that one for a very small outlay that he had to outlay. But it looked amazing. So it doesn't need to be a high-end property. Every home can be staged to maximise that sale price. So Tracy, I guess people are thinking of selling, okay? How do they contact you?
Well, you can always find me via Lorena, and she's got a new book out, so you might get a copy of her new book of how to sell for top dollar. But I'm available at www.presentationsells.com, or you can find me on any social media such as Facebook at Presentation Sells.
She does a great job. I can't recommend her highly enough. If you are serious about selling for top dollar, give us a call. You'll be grateful.